versus St. Patrick's Athletic. Pats, thanks to 2 Trevor Malloy goals, of course, early on, came out on top at the Stadium of Light in Inchicore on Friday evening, and they make just one change for today's game. Thomas Morgan coming in for Eddie Gormley, who has a thigh strain. Cork, for their part, they make 3 changes. Dave Hill returns to the centre of the defence. Kelvin Flanagan recalled in midfield, and John Caulfield partners Gerald Dobbs up front. Greg O'Halloran, Brian Barry Murphy and Jason Cavia, those to lose out. Well, Pats into a huddle early on. I wonder where they learned that one. Could possibly, of course, have been at Celtic Park. A huge crowd here at Turner's Cross today as John Stacey, our referee, prepares to get the game underway. Well, City in. They look really fired up for this one. John Caulfield there in before the ball has been tipped off, and just getting a little warning from John Stacey. But really you can sense the atmosphere around the cross today. The players are up for it, the supporters are up for it, and we really should be in for a cracking League Cup semi-final. So it's going to be St. Patrick's Athletic, the league champions, playing into the shed end in the first half. Cork City will attack the St. Anne's end, and an early touch there for Noel Mooney. Trevor Malloy there just going in to make sure he doesn't have anything easy. But one of the crowd favourites here, Mooney, gets a chance to drive one clearance long early on. Now battling underneath it, Paulo Sam is in there. A little nudge in the back though from Gerald Dobbs, and that was spotted by our referee. And the Pats travelling faithful. Well, they've come in numbers here today, and certainly adding to the atmosphere here at Turner's Cross. Derek Collingwood, that's a risky back pass, and Noel Mooney had to deal with it. Trevor Malloy closing in on Dave Hill. Dave Hill not too happy about the challenge from Malloy, but the end result, it's going to be a corner early on for St. Pat's, and a chance for them to put some pressure on the Cork City goal here. Well, City will have to call on all their big men here, because Pats do have the likes of Ian Gilzine, Colin Hawkins there, 26 up from the back, Packy Lynch, and of course many more in there, Paulo Sam included. So it's going to be Martin Russell, formerly of Portadown, with the corner. A good looking corner. Oh, Sam with the flick, Herrick's underneath it, it's Hawkins. Good effort from the centre half. Well, a very difficult skill to master that one, but Hawkins, such an outstanding talent for St. Pat's, and we know of course they've big hopes for him in the future. A member of the Irish under-21 team, of course, and a teammate there of Derek Cole. Now Thomas Morgan, another of the under-21s, driving it forward again. Malloy and Hill tangling in there, but Mooney's out there, and he bowls that one out to the fullback Garrett Cronin. Now Cronin driving it long, looking for John Caulfield, though he did well there. Kelvin Flanagan's coming onto it, Flanagan with the shot, and well, it's just drifted right and wide from Kelvin Flanagan, the midfielder. Well, he'd certainly been among the goals early on this season, including the first against Finn Harps here in City's last league win. Well, Liam Buckley there, he knew St. Patrick's Athletic manager, fine player in his time as well, of course. Now Paulo Sam doing well in there, nipping in ahead of Mark Herrick, but it's all gone a little tight, and Gilzine loses out. Flanagan, great ball forward, Caulfield's in here, he's behind Packy Lynch, chance for Cork City, it's there! 1-0 for Cork City, and just 6.5 minutes on the clock, and John Caulfield, he's done it again. Well, that's 3 and 4 now for John Caulfield, justifying Dave Barry recalling him to the starting lineup, and the shed are delirious here early on. Look at it again, brilliant ball from Flanagan, splitting the St. Pat's defence. Caulfield was through between Lynch and McGuinness, and look at this for a clinical finish off the right hand side, low past Trevor Wood, and the Pats goalkeeper, no chance there. Cork City lead by a goal to nil here, and certainly that can only add to the atmosphere here at Turner's Cross. Now ball down the line, Gerald Dobbs is after it, and Colin Hawkins taking no chances against the City centre forward, and he's taken the throw quickly to Flanagan, and Dobbs will get another chance. Patsy Frayne in here against Osam, Frayne in there battling, and Pats have got it clear, and it's Colin Hawkins again in there. Well, it's getting a little hot inside the St. Pat's penalty area as City are piling forward here looking for a second, but that was good defence in there from Hawkins. Now Ollie Cahill with the corner, swinging it in, Collins up there. Well, Trevor Wood came to meet it, but he didn't get there, and Cork City's Irish under-21 with a flying header, but just over the bar. Well, the Cork City supporters in the shed end in fine voice early on, and Dave Barry urging his side on here to greater things. Now Packy Lynch, formerly of course of UCD, with the free kick. Gilzine is there over Hill, and the free kick has been given by our referee John Stacey, and it's gone the way of Cork City and Dave Hill. A little nudge from the big Scotsman there, Ian Gilzine, and Mark Herrick taking the free kick quickly and looking for Ollie Cahill out wide. Great buzz around when Cahill gets on the ball, but well beaten on that occasion by Trevor Crawley, but it's come only as far as Mark Herrick, and he's got space in the middle of the field. Looking inside for Dobbs, but Frayne is in there. Now is he looking for support? It's broken here. Caulfield, he's gone down, and the penalty's been given. Well, what a flying start here for Cork City. 16 minutes gone, and John Caulfield taken down by Thomas Morgan. A rash challenge really by the Irish captain in Malaysia, Thomas Morgan, and Caulfield in like a flash, and it's a penalty here for Cork City. But Packy Lynch in to have a word with Trevor Wood. It's going to be Kelvin Flanagan, no surprise there, to step up and take this one for City, and a chance to go 2 goals to the good here with just over a quarter of an hour gone. Well, the referee making sure everyone stays outside the area here. What an important moment here for City and St. Pat's. It's Flanagan against Wood. Oh, and Wood, what a brilliant save off the post, and Packy Lynch, and Wood is down in it. Well, what a brilliant save from the St. Pat's custodian there. Well, it might be early days, but it appears that he's kept the Dubliners in it. Look at it again, Flanagan. Well, nothing wrong with the strike, but great reflexes from Wood, strong hands, and with the aid of the post, the ball clearing away to safety and eventually back into the hands of the keeper. Well, what an outstanding opening 15 minutes it's been for Cork City, and bar one scare in their own area, they've really had the majority of the play and have dominated proceedings. Now coming forward again, Garrett Cronin with Ollie Cahill in towards Gerald Dobbs, and it looks like a foul by Stephen McGuinness. Yes, the young centre half has given away a free kick, and this is another good attacking position here and a good attacking platform for Cork City. Now Kelvin Flanagan coming forward, looks like he's going to assume the responsibility here. Patsy Frayne is to his right, Ollie Cahill's to his right, and John Caulfield is just ahead looking for the ball into feet here, perhaps Caulfield, but they do have Collin up there and Dobbs as well. Now Flanagan with the ball, he's gone towards the back, Dobbs is in there, Collins in there, Wood, brave goalkeeping, and Pats can get it clear here. Well, the Pats goalkeeper, he's performing heroics at the moment. Thomas Morgan getting it clear, and that's Dave Hill there ahead of Gilzine, and Patsy Frayne, he can come away with it here, and that's a good ball in, is it? No, it isn't, and it's come as far as Trevor Wood. Well, he's a former Northern Irish international, of course, it won't surprise you to learn. Really is a fine keeper, in splendid form for Pats last year. Now Trevor Crowley driving it long, calling above Gilzine, and it's come from Mark Herrick. Oh, wonderful ball from Herrick. He's got Caulfield running here in behind Packy Lynch. Caulfield has a go, but that's gone wide, shepherded wide by Colin Hawkins. And John Caulfield, well, he's adding so much mobility to the Cork City forward line today, so much selfless running performed by the veteran City striker. Now Packy Lynch receiving from Martin Russell. Oh, lovely turn from Hawkins to get around Frayne and to find Thomas Morgan. Now he's got a lovely range and he's passing Morgan. On this occasion he's picked out Trevor Crowley, being faced up by Garrett Cronin. Crowley cuts inside, has a go off the left boot. Well, nothing wrong with the power in that from Trevor Crowley. The direction though lacking. Playing it right back, of course, but it's signed from Drogheda United in '95, but has been used, of course, in midfield and indeed in the centre defence. But operating successfully at the right back position for Pats. Well, now the free kick has been given here. Colin doesn't like it. Tangling there with Trevor Malloy. This provide a good opportunity now for Pats to put some pressure on Noel Mooney. Martin Russell coming across, a great left foot Russell. Well, they might miss Eddie Gormley in these situations, of course. But a lot of activity going on inside in the box there. Russell takes it. Good ball in. Malloy's in there. Osam. A chance here for Pats. Confusion in the area. Malloy again. Cleared by Herrick. And it's come to John Caulfield. And a chance for City to clear their lines. Well, panic stations there for a moment in the box as Malloy was sniffing around in there, and so was Osam. But the City defence held firm. Trevor Crowley there liking to get forward here in the first half. But so far it remains 1-0. That goal from John Caulfield after 6 minutes. The only score on the scoreboard here. Now Ollie Cahill taking on Packy Lynch here. Well played Cahill into Dobbs. Being faced by McGuinness. Dobbs with a snapshot. Great save again from Wood. Well, he's been marvellous in the first half for St. Pat's. Well, Dobbs and Caulfield linking up front. Excellent effort there from Dobbs. Perhaps the angle just a little too tight. And the ball cleared for the corner. A referee looking at his watch here. There can't be much left in the first half. City coming again. Ollie Cahill. Well claimed by Trevor Wood. Now he's looking for support here. Bowling it out towards Gilzine. Being marked by Garrett Cronin, and Cronin snapping in at the heels of Gilzine. Well, the City defence have been doing that all throughout the half, and they've held Pats at bay. Now Packy Lynch, perhaps one last chance for Pats to get forward. Driving it in there, but there's the half-time whistle. And what an entertaining first half of football it's been here at Turner's Cross, at the end of which it's Cork City 1, St. Patrick's Athletic 0. Cork City have missed a penalty through Kelvin Flanagan, but they still lead here by 1-0. That goal from John Caulfield just after the 6-minute mark. Well, a fantastic atmosphere, it must be said, in the Cross today. Young and old alike taking advantage of this bank holiday Monday. Great atmosphere, of course, in the city, with the Guinness Jazz Festival as well. The Shed End enjoying themselves as always. They're packed to capacity here at Turner's Cross, and they really do lend so much to the atmosphere here. Well, Trevor Welsh, well known of course, TV3 sports reporter, among those in attendance at the cross here today, and he'll be looking for another Cork City win. Now City of course attacking the shed end here in the second half. Pats going left to right, or right to left that should be, of course, towards their own band of supporters up on the St. Anne's end. Brian Barry Murphy straight away with the ball through for Gerald Dobbs. Packy Lynch has to be alert to come across and cut that out, and the crowd appreciating that ball there from Barry Murphy and the run from Dobbs. But here's another run, and it's Ollie Cahill. Well, what a sight to behold, of course, in full flight Cahill, but he uses the ball so well, and he's found Declan Daly. What can the skipper do from here? Good ball in from Daly, and McGuinness taking no chances with Brian Barry Murphy closing, and that's gone out for a corner there. Good start to the second half this from Cork City. Brian Barry Murphy, of course, on for Kelvin Flanagan, who we believe has a hamstring strain, and we hope that's none too serious. But an opportunity here now for Cork City to attempt to steal a second goal here. It's going to be Mark Herrick with the corner. Now he's got Colin in there amongst the big men. Now what will Herrick do here? Oh, it's a short corner variation for Patsy Frayne. Lovely control, good shot. Wood is there, and Wood has done well. And Morgan, I think it is, getting it out for a second corner. Well, wonderful invention there from the corner from Mark Herrick, picking out Patsy Frayne unmarked on the edge. But Frayne had so much to do. Takes it down his knee, and a wonderful volley. Well, will they try it again? No, they're going the orthodox route this time. And good header clear from Osam. Now Martin Russell challenging with Patsy Frayne, two very experienced campaigners and two wonderful footballers. Frayne finding support, a lovely turn from Ollie Cahill away from Ian Gilzine. He's found Herrick again. Herrick, of course, he had a marvellous first half and showing up very well here in the early stages of the second. Declan Daly in for Gerald Dobbs. Dobbs taking on Hawkins, and that's gone behind. Is it a corner? No, the referee is given a goal kick here. Well, Gerald Dobbs doesn't agree with the decision, having a word with the linesman, saying it definitely touched Hawkins, but the end result is a goal kick for Pats. Now Gilzine, Patsy Frayne in on Keith Doyle. That's a good ball in. Oh, Morgan's got around Cahill here. Our Pats in for the equaliser. Good save, Noel Mooney. Danger's not clear. It's with Trevor Crawley. Crawley with a go. It's gone to the right, and it's gone wide. Well, wonderful play there from Noel Mooney in the Pats goal, but Thomas Morgan did oh so well to get round Ollie Cahill. But in the end, Mooney stood up to him, and Mooney made the save. Now Hawkins in there, as is Brian Barry Murphy, and he's found John Caulfield faced by Stephen McGuinness. Well, the young and the old here. Caulfield always round McGuinness. Good ball in. Hawkins well under pressure from Herrick. Hawkins, that's an excellent clearance from the centre half, and he's gone down injured here. And I think Hawkins will need some treatment from the physio. Yes, the referee, John Stacey, calling medical attention here for Colin Hawkins, and they'll be hoping it's none too serious an injury. Well, the youngster, one of the linchpins of the St. Pat's defence, of course, alongside Packy Lynch, and the young Stephen McGuinness, of course, making a tremendous impression this year. And Trevor Wood just across to make sure. Well, Pat's taking the opportunity to make a substitution here, and it's a very popular one on behalf of the Cork City fans. They've seen Ian Gilzine go off, and he's been replaced by the 28-year-old Martin Riley, of course, who signed for St. Pat's from Ashtown Villa. Now Hawkins recovered and in the thick of the action again. Now Packy Lynch, John Caulfield's in here. A shot there from Caulfield, but I think you'll find he handled the ball there on that occasion. Yes, the referee has given it. Well, Caulfield, you could call it experience, or you could call it anything else you like, but seeking the advantage there for City, but the referee blew him up on it. No doubt about the handball. Now St. Pat's coming forward again. Number 10 is Warren Parks, but Derek Collins seeing the ball out of play there. Now Keith Doyle, one of the young players for St. Pat's, of course, another with a bright future ahead of him, as indeed of so many of the Cork City players. Now that's Colin tangling with Osam. Now Osam is looking for a penalty here, and so too are the St. Pat's supporters. Well, we don't get a closer look at that, but indeed that was an interesting one. The referee seemed to say it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. In the end, it's a goal kick for City. Noel Mooney driving it long. Good climb from Hawkins again. Now Osam and Colin tangling again, and I think this time the decision will go the way of the St. Pat's man. Well, Patsy Frayne none too happy, but I don't think they have much cause for complaint there. And it's going to be Derek Collin called over by the referee here, and the referee reaching for his card, and that's a yellow for Derek Collin, the big Cork City centre half, the Irish under 21, of course, having such a superb season for City in defence, and indeed popping up with the odd goal or two here and there, as we've heard from him already this season. Well, a testing moment here now for Cork City. It's going to be Martin Russell to hit it, is it, or Packy Lynch is there as well? Well, Cork City organising their wall, and Packy Lynch, well, I think it's going to be him. He can pack a fair old dig from this distance, but Russell is there as well. The referee says just wait for my whistle, and he's going to get him his 10 yards here. Lynch taking the run up, good strike from Lynch, and Mooney, well, Mooney at the second attempt gathering it as Keith Doyle closed in on him there. But that was a good strike from Packy Lynch, but Mooney well behind it, and a good save from the City keeper. Now Warren Parks against Declan Daly. Parks finding Osam and looking for Parks again, but instead it's Martin Riley. Nice jink from Riley to get around Hill, but Hill is back there again, looking for the throw, but he's not going to get it there from John Stacey, and that's going to be a throw for St. Pat's. They've taken it quickly. Osam in there battling. The ball across the face of the goal, and it's Patsy Frayne to hack it clear. Now John Caulfield jumping there with McGuinness, and Dobbs has it, and City have runners here, and all of a sudden it's 2 against 2. John Caulfield being chased by McGuinness. He has a go, but it's gone up and over the bar and wide. Well, that was good play from Caulfield, really breaking away. I'm sure Dave Barry will appreciate that from his striker. Well, if it doesn't go in, it uses up some time, and St. Pat's don't have much of that left. They have about 2 minutes, and it's Packy Lynch as they throw everything forward. Hawkins in there challenging Keith Doyle. Well, he struck it well, just a little while though, didn't get the knee over it, and Doyle cursing his luck there. Is that St. Pat's last chance gone with it? You have to wonder. There can't be much time left here. Patsy Frayne challenging, it's come for Ollie Cahill. Oh, lovely turn from Cahill, inside 2 men, and Cahill's coming away with it, looking for support inside. Oh, he nearly had Caulfield away there, but good interception from Packy Lynch, and he's driving it wide here towards Warren Parks. Collins all over him, and surely that's going to be a free for St. Pat's. It is. Parks looks to take it quickly for Keith Long, but instead Martin Russell says leave it there, and he'll come forward to take it. This is surely their last throw of the dice now for Pats. Russell does take it short, for Warren Parks has a go, and Mooney's behind it. No trouble there. And now, is that it for St. Pat's? Are they on the way out of this year's League Cup at the semi-final stage? The referee has a quick look at his watch. I think this could be it. Noel Mooney with the kick out, driving it long. He'll want to get it downfield, and there is the final whistle. Cork City have beaten St. Patrick's Athletic by a goal to nil. Well, Mark, after the league reversal on Friday night, nice to get one back on Pats here today.
Yeah, it was great to get a result, and progressing to the final of the League Cup now, but I think we were all very disappointed after Friday night's game, and it's just nice, it was only 3 days between each game, and it was a great chance for us to get a bit of retaliation,
What did you take from Friday's game with respect to tactics here today?
I think, irrespective of tactics, we got tactics wrong on Friday night, but I think that individually everyone was poor. As a team we were poor, But tonight we were well wound up, and we had got a bit of a rollicking from the manager before in the hotel this morning and that, and we were well wound up for it, and we concentrated on our own game a bit more than them, and it worked out nicely, so it's nice to get a victory over them anyway,
Got off to the perfect start, of course, at John Caulfield. Brilliant goal after just 6 minutes.
Yeah, John is flying at the moment, he's banged in a few goals now, and it was a great start for us in that, and then not long after that we had a penalty which was saved, and that, Kelvin was unlucky, but first half I thought we played very well in the first half, and second half we let them back in a little bit more, but saying that we had plenty more chances as well.
It really was a great game for the crowd as well, massive crowd here at Turner's Cross.
Yeah, there was, and there was a great atmosphere as well, enjoyed it and that, and it was great to actually get a victory for the, the fans that come out and that haven't been here before or whatever, hopefully that'll bring them back, Now
it should be a great final, Shamrock Rovers, or perhaps in your case, interesting one, Galway.
Yeah, that's right, I'd like to get Galway United, I was playing for them the last time they won the League Cup down here actually, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens between them two sides and that, but either way, I think we've a great chance anyway, and it'll be next month. We've got some league games to concentrate on between now and then,
Back to the bread and butter, of course, here next Sunday in Shells. Always a great game against Shells, one to look forward to again.
Yeah, it is, and hopefully we get a big crowd again and that, and I think that gives us a little bit of confidence. It's great to bounce back from a defeat instead of sometimes you can get into a bit of a rush of maybe drawing a couple of games, losing a couple. It's great to get a victory on the back of a defeat last Friday night,
So there you have it.
Start of the season, still they had to